Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, grand rising. Welcome to another day. Welcome to the next day in 40 Money Mantras. I'm Reverend Valerie Love. If you're brand new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome. We just love you. We love you. We love you. It doesn't matter if you're brand new or returning, welcome. So I'm Reverend Valerie Love. I am the author of over 20 books on practical spirituality, and one of them that is going to really change everything for you in your money world is 40 Money Mantras. And it doesn't matter what financial experience you're currently having, it will make it better. Why? Because these are words. And what is the science of words? Words are vibration. Vibration is energy in movement. Vibration carries frequency. Frequency is vibration with information. Mhm. We're always emitting frequencies. We can't not emit frequencies. Now, the question is, what is the information I am emitting? One way you can emit new information is by your words. Let's breathe. 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 The word that goes forth this morning is emitting a frequency of success, a frequency of accomplishment, a frequency of achievement, a frequency of winning and winning big, not by beating other people, winning by being creative. This is the word that goes forth. This word is law, and not one word will fall to the ground. Ashe. Emitting a new frequency. Emitting a new frequency. God morning, family. God morning, God morning, God morning. Look at all of our beautiful people. God morning, God morning, God morning, God morning, beautiful people. Beautiful people. Guess what? I am so happy because guess what I did this morning? This morning, on my yoga mat, I almost nailed the split. I almost nailed the split. So I'm going to show you pictures and vid on my YouTube channel. That is my lifestyle YouTube channel. I have a lifestyle YouTube channel. It's linked below. And on the lifestyle YouTube channel, it's all about beauty, fashion. Actually, it's Beauty Tuesday, so I will be creating content for my lifestyle channel. Good morning, good morning, good morning, family. And that lifestyle channel features beauty, fashion, travel, home decor, wellness. It's a lifestyle channel. It's called Glam the Goddess. So you're almost there too, Kush Cloud Eats TV. OMG. When you nail the splits. When you nail the splits. It's so empowering, right? Kush Cloud Eats TV. Does it feel empowering? Like it feels empowering that you are working with your body and working with your body. And finally it just responds and you're just like, yeah, baby. It feels very empowering. I'm telling you what I really want to do. I really want to do all that floor play that my girl does. Let me pull her up. I'm gonna show you what I really want to do. because you're going to like this. I promise you. And then we're going to get into our mantra for today. Let me show you my aspiration, or let me just say one of my aspirations. I have many aspirations. Let me show you one of them. And for anyone working with your body, expanding your capacity to do this, that, or the other, really expanding, working with your fascia. That's your, you know, your fascia is that really that connective tissue that is just incredible. Okay, let me show you what I really want. This is my girl right here. Hold on. I'm going to show you something. Yoga is indeed. And you know what's very fascinating? Oh, love you, Gabrielle. Mwah. Love you. I cannot wait to meet you in person. Gabrielle is in our mastermind. I'll tell you more about the mastermind in a moment. I'm going to show you this. This is my aspiration. Oh my God, the connective tissue. Come on, Serenity Wellness Massage. Come on. Treat that fascia good, baby. Treat that fascia good because that fascia is important. Okay? Treat it good. Now, hold on and let me share with you. This is my girl, Addison Brianna. And this is what I really, really.
Yeah. You know I like it nasty. Come meet me in the backseat.
Really,
I don't need nothing fancy. Just slide over my panties. You know I like it nasty. I think you understand me. I don't need nothing fancy. Just slide over my panties. You know I need it real good. Real good. Real good.
yes, that's what I want.
You know I
Bam,
need it real
bam.
good.
That's it. Okay? So now you know what's in my mind. One day you're going to turn on YouTube. Come on, Cosmic Witch. Come on, Cosmic Witch. I want to do floor play, okay? Floor pet play. You know, floor play is lovely. All of them are lovely. I want to do floor play too. You got the pole girls. That pole, ooh, that takes some strength. That pole dancing takes some strength. And I want to do the floor stuff because the floor stuff just opens the hips, opens everything, ignites your sexuality, your sensuality. Baby, that's where your youthfulness comes from. Your youthfulness comes from your yoni. Okay, youthfulness don't come from pills, baby. I'm here to tell you where youthfulness comes from. It comes from an activated yoni. All your deliciousness, if you are a goddess, comes from your yoni. Okay? I ain't hating. I used to do that in another life. Come on, Gabrielle. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. You will find no judgment here because you don't know what KAISI do when she ain't on YouTube. Okay. Don't ask no questions and I won't tell no lies. Okay. Let's go. Oh, goodness, family. Let's do it. Don't ask no questions and I won't tell no lies. Let's roll. Everything don't have to be talked about in public. You know, my mama used to say, keep some things to yourself. Okay? Keep some things to yourself. All right. We're at day 7. Now remember, day 6 was what? Value. Day 7 is what? More value. Now, this time, we're going to go deeper into value and how the value is going to bring the wealth, the abundance to you. You cannot bring the wealth and abundance to you without the value. Here is day 7. Take a deep breath. I love to add value to this universe of life. This is day 740 Money Mantras. Get the book at ValerieLove.com/books. ValerieLove.com books. You'll see it right there on that page. Scroll down. Scroll down and you will get to 40 money spells. That's next. And here is 40 money mantras. Get it? I love to add value to this universe of life. My presence is healing. My voice is melodic. My gaze is love. My being resonates divinity, nobility, and royalty. I ooze the delicious healing vibes of the universe. All is well everywhere I am. I am an intentional value fount. Therefore, value in the form of money continually chases me, overtakes me, and makes its home with me. I give thanks. Yes. Breathe. There's a lot to unpack here. In the book, make your notes. I also give you a blank page in the book so that you can draw, to connect in, deepen in, left brain, right brain. Day 6 was all about knowing, owning, and expressing your value. Day 7 is all about an intentional adding value to the universe of life. Now, where can you find this principle? You can find this principle in the book The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles. Let's show you where you can get it. Go to ValerieLove.com, click on books. Once you click on books, you just want to go down right here to Reverend Valerie Love's Amazon recommendations page. Once you get to the recommendations page, you see that I have curated dozens and dozens and dozens, probably hundreds of books for you, carefully categorized. And all we're going to go to is the category that is for money and wealth. And then the money and wealth category, I give you some of the most profound, powerful books I have ever read on money. And right here, Wallace Wattles, The Science of Getting Rich. If you use the link at ValerieLove.com, that helps the channel and it doesn't cost you any more money. Yay! Thank you so much for using the affiliate link. The Science of Getting Rich. What does Wallace Wattles teach? And I feel like we need to go over these 7 principles of the science of getting rich because it's so profound. I'm going to do that with you all. Maybe that's the next masterclass. Let's see. Thank you, Spirit. There are 7 specific principles of the science of getting rich. One of these 7 principles of the science of getting rich, I studied this book backwards and forwards. I studied it. I ate it. I breathed it. I oozed it. I didn't actually eat it. I ate it energetically. Because this book is so profound. This book is so profound. And it works for everyone who works it. Irregardless, is agnostic, irregardless of skin color and social status and can you do it or can you not do it, or do you speak this language or do you speak that language, or do you pray to Jehovah or do you pray to Yahweh or Allah or Krishna, doesn't matter. Works for everyone. Those are the kinds of things that I work with. I work with kinds of things that work for everyone. I work with agnostic power principles that works for everyone that wants to use them. Wallace Wattles says, this is so profound, and I can't go too deep into it now because we're in this 7th day of the money mantras. I will add a bit of Wallace Wattles to this to stir it in, to your hot chocolate, stirring a little bit more, stirring a little cinnamon to your hot chocolate, to make this really powerful so that we understand the principle. The principle in the science of getting rich is the principle of being an advancing person. You are an advancing person. He calls it an advancing man. And we understand that, a lot of those books written a long time ago were written in the male, masculine. It's all good. Because I write books in the feminine, because I'm anchoring feminine energy in this lifetime. He wrote it in the masculine. And so he called it an advancing man. I would call it an advancing person. That being an advancing person means that there is an energy, there's a force field. Come on. People ask me this question. They ask me, people that travel around with me, people that eat with me, people that hang out with me here in Mexico sometimes. They ask me, how is it that all these people, like all the places that I love to go, they just love me when they see me coming? They're like, they're waving, they're coming right over. Hey, KAISI, and just feeding me so wonderfully and taking such good care of me. This happens everywhere I go. Why? Because of this. Because your presence is exuding divinity, nobility, and royalty. And because you ooze the delicious healing vibes of the universe that you have found within yourself, and this you have found within yourself, and it becomes a literal force field that goes advance of you and lets all the people know God is coming. Not God because I think I'm special. I'm not. Anybody can do this. Get that out of the way. That the very same energy they are in truth, which is love, is now coming to greet them. Ooh, love is coming to meet love. Love, which is the vibrational force of the entire universe. Love, that's why when you're in the love, you're in complete alignment with the universe. And when you're in anything other than love, you're not. So when I discovered the universe is just about one thing, love, I said, well, let me just be on side with the universe. Let me just do that. Change my name and everything. Valerie Love, Valerie, a French word meaning victor or valiant one or power. My name literally means power of love. You can do this. Anyone can do this. You're already doing this. And I'll tell you when you do this, because some people switch this on and off like a faucet. And I would offer that you don't switch it on and off. You just switch it on and keep it on. Here's when you do it. When you're going on a date, you're going to meet a wonderful boo, and you're advancing pheromones when they get into the range of the pheromone field. You're advancing your energy. They're getting dressed in one place. You're getting dressed in another place you're going to meet. You all know where you're going to meet. You're advancing the energy even to the restaurant where you're going to be. They're going to give you the perfect table. It's the perfect day. You're sitting there. So amazing. It's dreamy. Like we've all had that experience. How did that go so amazing? Because you advanced your resonance before your body got there. My presence is healing. My voice is melodic. My gaze is love. My being resonates divinity, nobility, and royalty. I ooze the delicious healing vibes of the universe. All is well everywhere I am. You have become an advancing person. And what is your presence doing when it goes ahead of you? Some people, they walk in the door and it's like a storm, like, ooh, no. And you go another direction. Some people come in the door and all their insecurities are all over their face. They're like, do I have permission to be here? Do I have permission to speak? Could someone pass the salt, please? Oh, thank you. I don't want to disturb you. I don't want to take up too much time. Come on, fucking take up space. Take up space. There's plenty of space here. Use some. What's this whole apologetic, tiptoeing, eggshelling thing we're doing? No. Take up space. Walk in and if you're the kind of person that has that issue, I want you to get the biggest, most fabulous gown or dress or coat or pants or whatever you wear, and some big fabulous scarf, something that drapes on the floor. If that's not your thing, some big hat or some big shoulder jacket or some obnoxiously big thing. Just walk through the door and just stand there and let everybody go. Let people clutch the pearls and gasp at your very presence, because you're not used to taking up space. So you need to use the law of polarity to get into that vibration, because you're all the way over here on the vibration of not taking up space, being apologetic. That's not what this is talking about. That's capping your value, halting your value, suppressing your value, dampening your value. We don't do that. So you need to flip yourself to the other polarity, which would not be the thing either. I mean, it's not appropriate to walk into every single place and stand in the door and be like, I have arrived. I mean, that's not appropriate everywhere you go, but some places you need to do that. So you went from this polarity, flipped yourself to the other polarity. You're like, oh, that's what that feels like energetically. Now I can integrate both and I can ride that polarity. We teach this in mystery school. Come on, initiates. The initiates know this well. The initiates know law of polarity, because we dive into the law all the time. All the time. You got to have a mastery of the law to be a master of yourself and master of the energy. This is not talking about being a shrinking violet, a wallflower. You didn't come here just to walk in and sit and, hey, would you like to add something to the conversation? Oh no, don't let somebody ask me what I'd like to add something to the conversation. They'll have to take the mic back. Okay, thank you. We've had enough. Okay, is that all you want me to say? Fine. And I won't get offended if they tell me to stop, because you're going to have to tell me when to stop, because I'm probably going to just say what I have to say. Take up space. Be royal. Show up in your divinity, your nobility, and your royalty. And notice, it doesn't say, I walk in the door and I proclaim to everyone that I'm divine and I'm not. No. It says, my being resonates divinity, nobility, royalty. It's in my being. It's in your being. Wallace Waddle says that when you become an advancing man, not only does your energy go in front of you, in the case of a date, your energy is probably going in front of you for a love experience, baby, love experiences. In the case of money, same thing. Remember, love and money are ruled by the planet Venus. That's my planet, planet of beauty and love, poetry and all of that, sensuality, sexuality. Like, that's my jam. Venus that's my jam. For all the Libras in the house, that's our jam. Beauty and art and poetry. We're just not going to live life without it, right? And love and being in love and all of that stuff that Libras love, right? And all the signs love some form of love. Some signs are not as airy-fairy as Libras, right? They're more grounded, or the earth signs more rooted and things like that. You know, Libras, we're kind of like flying high. We need to have some groundedness too. So he said, if you're going to be an advancing man, this is one of the 7 principles of the science of getting rich. And no, you won't find these 7 principles of the science of getting rich anywhere. If you go search for them, you won't find them. Why? because I deduced them myself from reading the book. I deduced as I read that book and pored over that book and wrote in that book and dog-eared that book and highlighted that book and breathed that book and walked around with that book and wore the book out one book after another. I mean, my Science of Getting Rich just falling apart. That's what you're supposed to do with books. You're supposed to beat them up and make them make that book your little bitch. That's what you're supposed to do with books. I don't know all this little polite stuff people are doing with books. Oh, I can't bend the dog-eared pages. The best books are so dog-eared. And just remember that book that you loved to carry when you were a teenager? That thing was in your backpack or in your whatever, and you had it all the time. I'm a child of the 60s. We didn't know anything about backpacks. They didn't invent that until, I don't know. I don't know when backpacks were invented for kids. We didn't have them. We had books in hands, stacks. We were just barely out of the age of like Huckleberry Finn, like put a little strap around it and carry. We're ancient, but anyway, I digress. We're ancient in earth years and very youthful in our persona and our presence because we know that's all just numbers, right? So the best books, they're tattered. Why? Because you use them, you read them, your finger oils are on them. They're gritty, they're used, yeah. So those 7 principles that I deduced from the Science of Getting Rich helped me to create just about everything that I've created financially. I give big props to the Science of Getting Rich for doing all the necessary clicks in consciousness that I had to do as I was doing action to experience the results that we're talking about here. Now, he says that if you're an advancing person, this is how an advancing person shows up at a store. Give you a concrete example, because if you say this is a little too nebulous, this is a little too esoteric, how can we make it practical? Because I specialize in practical spirituality. I specialize in making all this practical to the 3rd dimension so you can have some more money on the 3rd dimension. I mean, we love talking about star seeds and the Anunnaki and the Pleiades. We love talking about all of it, the ancient Egyptians, esoteric sciences. We love talking about occult mysteries. We love talking about Atlantis. We love all that. And how is that going to get you more money? That is a good question. That's how we make these things practical. Even the Bible, you have to make it practical. How is it going to do 4 things for me? This is the 4 square of life that Florence Scovel Shinn spoke of. 1, health. How is it going to help me in the body temple be healthier, more youthful, more energized? Freedom of movement, more flexible, almost nailing my split, right? More alive. That means I have more capacity to love people. If you can't even get up and hug somebody, what's going on? 2, wealth. That means how you make your money, how you're investing. Are you a great steward? Can you take care of the gifts Spirit has given you? I'm still working on that one. Stewardship. I can make a lot of money. I haven't always been a great steward, so I can make a lot of money and the money will run right out the door. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? I can make good gobs of money. Now, how much of it can I keep? It's the question. And if you're going to raise your net worth, you've got to be able to keep more and more and more money. And now I've gotten to be able to deepen into the skills of keeping a lot more of the money. And I've also gotten to the place where I can start paying off a lot of things a debt that I accumulated as I was building the thing that I was building. Because a job wasn't for me, I'm officially unemployable. So wealth. The 3rd is love. That means all your relationships, your relationship with your boo, your relationships with your parents, your relationship with your team members, your coaching clients, your coaches, all of your relationships in community. How do you flow and vibe in community? We're going to talk about that at the Christian Witches Convention because a lot of people don't even know how to conduct themselves in spiritual community. And 4, destiny. That means your purpose on the planet. Why are you here? What are you doing about your purpose, your calling, your soul work, your spirit unction? These 4: health, wealth, love, destiny. These 4. That's what I help everybody get. You want these? That's what I help you get. As a matter of fact, if you look on the Soul Excursions website, soulexcursions.world, not .com, because we travel the world. Isn't it such a beautiful website? Oh my God. And you go on trips, click on trips. You see here the same 4. This is what all of our retreats, soulexcursions.world, revolve around. They revolve around you becoming God. And here are the 4 right here: health, wealth, love, purpose. And if you go down, you see what we're talking about. This is what you're going for in health. This is what you're going for in wealth. This is what you're going for in love. This is what you're going for in purpose. Then this is what we do at Soul Excursions in each of these 4 arenas. Then when you're with us, this is what happens. Then this is what it looks like when we get together. Then this is about Reverend Val. Then you get to the trips. Here's Greece. Here's Italy, here's Egypt, here's Zanzibar, here's Peru, Hawaii, and India. These are 2024. Right now we're in 2023, and the next one coming up is Greece. Cannot wait to get to Greece and the ancient temples in Greece. Temple of Athena. You'll see where the goddess Athena literally grew an olive tree, which is the gift of Athena to her people in Greece. The whole place is named for her. It's called Athens. It's named for the goddess. And people think the goddess is not around. The goddess has been here all along. She never left. So when we're talking about these 4, the same 4 we talk about on our retreats and help you, we catapult you on the retreats to these 4. And when you are considering these 4, that becomes a vision, a guiding light, a lifter. Because as Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith says, pain pushes until vision pulls. So that's a simple 4-fold vision. It's a vision. Florence Scovel Shinn had it right. When I read that, I was like, well, this makes sense to me. Sounds like everything I want. I'll have it. Florence Scovel Shinn, The Game of Life and How to Play It. Now, when you become this advancing person, before you go into the store, send your energy forth for the shopkeeper to be prosperous. When you walk into the store, this is why your energy is exuding. It's exuding divinity, nobility, royalty. And it's exuding that everywhere you go. You are the presence. You are the presence. So as you walk in, you have an intention that you're going to advance the person who owns the store. You're going to advance the people who are working in the store. You're going to advance when you go into a restaurant. You're going to advance the chef who thought of this restaurant, who conceptualized this restaurant. You're going to advance all the investors that invested in this restaurant. You're going to advance every waiter, waitress that has ever been in this restaurant. You're going to advance all of the people who clean up in this restaurant, the busboys and busgirls in this restaurant. You're going to advance the managers in this restaurant. You're going to advance the seating, those beautiful ladies they have at the front that seat you and whatnot, or the maitre d' who's very, come this way. I just love fine dining. You're going to advance by your presence. You never said a word. That's value. People are making more money around you and they don't even know why. They love your presence and they can tell that you're advancing them. They're serving you. Would you like more coffee? They're pouring more water. Yes, no ice. Because I'm a very big, sin yellow person. Sin yellow is here in Mexico because I'm learning Spanish. Because I got to challenge my brain 50 ways to Sunday, right? To keep all your gray matter moving and expanding and working. I don't drink water with ice, right? Ice is, it's just a bad custom, and they only do that in America. Stop doing it. When you go to China and many of the Asian countries where it's much more healthier, if you go to China, um, they serve you warm water with your food in a glass. The water is actually hot, and you drink hot water with your food. You never drink just water with ice. Why do we do that? Stop it immediately. People don't even do that in hot places. Stop doing that. It's not good for your teeth. It's not good for your digestion. Your body does not like to be shocked with all that cold. Your stomach doesn't. What is your body temperature? Is your body temperature ice? So therefore, it tells you what is the temperature of my digestive system? It's probably not going to be happy if I just shock it with ingesting it. Yeah, it does like it if you shock it by getting in some cold. So understand the distinction between what I'm referring to, that drinking cold water after your meal is probably not the best thing for you, right? So I'm learning Spanish, and so I'm in a restaurant, and it's agua por favor, sin hielo. Oh, sin hielo, sí, sí, sí. And they go and they bring the water with no ice, and then they will take exquisite care of you because you came in with value. Now let's go deeper. Because it says, look at this, I am an intentional value font, a fountain. I'm an intentional. You must be intentional about this. Now, do you think you could spread all that value all over the universe, and value in the form of money would not continually chase you, overtake you, and make its home with you? It wouldn't be able to happen. Every store you go into, you're just wafting through the place. You're not thinking about doing it. You simply have channeled this beautiful energy of value inside yourself. The energy is already there. You don't have to make the energy of value. It existed before you were born, beloved. You're tapping into something that was already there. None of us made any of this stuff. It's there and it's usable for you. Use it. So you tap into this infinite value. You see yourself as this infinite value fountain. You're just a font of value. And then you walk around like that. Practice it. And watch how the universe returns it. Why? Here's the magic word in it. It says intentional. Most people go into restaurants, they're like, oh my goodness, we're late, and I hope they give us a good table. And then complain in the restaurant, they ain't even give us a good table. Boo! I'm going to pull your shirt tail on that, because you didn't fucking show up like a wizard or a witch. You just ran in like a muggle. Well, you want to be a muggle? You get muggle as shit. That's what you get. You're a muggle. You did not do your intentions in advance. So that you get what you get when you show up. And then you can be like, I don't like my table. Well, a witch wouldn't be sitting at that table, because a witch already magicked exactly what table she wants, and the witch is sitting at the table that she wants. I call that an oversight. Lost opportunity, because you could be sitting at any table in this restaurant. How come some people are happy and some people are not? Please do not put your lack of intention on other people as a complaint. That's it, and that's all. I am Reverend Valerie Love. That is 40 Money Mantras for today. I am about to go and film some more content for the Lifestyle YouTube channel. So if you want to see what I'm wearing today and all that deliciousness, I'm all in red today and see where everything came from, and I'm beat my face and all of that. All right, we're gonna, that's all linked up below. Please do smash up the likes on this vid. Please do share this vid. Please do activate within yourself what we talked about here. And please do put in comments your results. And also go into the Soul Excursions Facebook group and comment on this vid and tell us what happened for you. This is, if you're on the Reverend Valerie Facebook fan page, come back to this vid and tell us what happens for you. Oh, my birds, you hear my birds, right? I wake up to this every morning. See, I live in the jungle, pretty much, in Mexico. And you hear them, right? The jungle is like full of birds. And I love it. I wake up to hoot, hoot. It's a symphony. And sometimes the dogs chime in. They get a little chorus going. I love it. Harmony says that it sounds like I'm in Dr. Doolittle every time she talks to me. You know, I might have like a nice, what do you call those long iguana? I might have an iguana sitting up on the wall in my house by the pool. He comes sometimes. He just sits on the wall. I'm like, oh, you're back. Hey, how are you? Yeah, I just came by to munch on some of these sweet leaves you have over there. I'm like, have at it. Look, long as you don't bother me, you can. Ants come traipsing through. I'm like, oh, hey, ants. No, don't go this way. Don't go to my food. And I already know what to do. If I have good food and I put it on my kitchen counter, that's how you know you have real food. I put it on my kitchen counter and I do not want the ants come. Circle it up with some cinnamon oil. Get your cinnamon essential oil out. Get your cassia essential oil. I used to do that at my other place when I first came to Mexico. Them ants, they were on another level. We are in a Facebook group of expats that live in Mexico. And this sister came home. Oh man, I was cracking up. This group is so funny sometimes because it's pictures of things that show up in our houses, right? Because we're in the fucking jungle. So like we can't be mad at that. Scorpions, everything. The flying roaches, everybody talks about the cucarachas, right? Cucarachas, they fly. Well, anyway, this sister had a frog. She went away for like 2 or 3 weeks and came back, and there was a frog on the wall, and it was up in the cut in the corner on the wall, and she went to reach for it, and it just jumped higher, and she was terrified. She put the picture in the group, and she was like, help. What do I do about this frog? And people were like, oh, spray some salt water on it. Other people were like, no, that's mean because the frog can't breathe if you put salt water on it. Just shoo the frog out. And another sister was like, well, I keep a bucket and a broom for any critters in my house that I find. I'll just get them in the bucket and toss them out. And this sister was like, if it had been anything else other than a frog, I'm terrified of frogs. Like she could deal with the cucarachas, she could deal with the spiders, she could deal with the ants. These ants are next level. She could deal with all that. She could not deal with that frog. And somebody said in the comments, get a new house. We were rolling. She's like, y'all, this ain't funny. I can't live with this. I can't even go to sleep with this frog in my house. They were like, okay, what part of town you live in? We'll come help you get the frog out of your house. Thank you. That's the expats sticking together. Oh, it's hilarious. Now, in my first place before I moved to my home, my permanent home, it was more of a temporary space. I hopped around a few different places when I was in Merida. And when I went to the apartment that I got for like a few months. I stayed in that apartment, I don't know, 2-3 months, something like that, maybe 4 months. Love that apartment. Super huge, beautiful 2-bedroom apartment. It was great. And that apartment, those ants, they used to come in and say, we're the boss in here. And I used to be like, oh, for real? Yes, because if you leave trash, we're going to come in and get in it and eat it. And we're going to carry it back to our queen. That's how it goes. Like they were gangster ants. And I was like, oh, damn. Okay. The ants have thrown down a gauntlet. And I'm telling you, if I did not take that trash out, them ants, it would be a straight line back and forth. You know how ants do. We are feeding this queen. We don't care what you say, what you do, climb over everything, swim through the water, swim and get in the water, die so another ant can go over their back. Them ants are. They're next level. If you worked like an ant, you would be rich as a motherfucker. I said, okay. The only way I could not take out that trash is if I circled it up with some cinnamon oil. I would be like, okay, ants, because y'all are this cinnamon. Because I used to do cinnamon powder. Do you know them jokers would go, I would put cinnamon powder straight, like a line of cinnamon powder to get into the kitchen. Do you know them jokers would see the cinnamon powder? They would go all the way to the end of the cinnamon powder line, no matter how long it was, go around the cinnamon powder and then get, see, these critters are smart. You have to be time enough for these critters. So what did I have to do? I had to take the trash can. One night, I just straight up took the trash can. I found the trick. I just took the trash can. I just circled it with some cinnamon. If I didn't have cinnamon, that's right, Denelzia, I would do cassia. Cinnamon and cassia. That's all you need. You could do cinnamon, cinnamon barks, cassia, all three of those from the same essence. Man, them ants will go another direction. They'd be like, oh, man, she brought out the cinnamon. Okay, let's go to the neighbors. They just had dinner. That's not stopping them. Right. Go somewhere else, kiddos. Because I love y'all and I would never kill you because I'm a witch. I know what to do with you so you won't get in my shit. But I would never kill you because I'm a witch and I have taken a vow of harmlessness. I am only beneficial. I'm only valuable to the universe of life. Now, some critters are belligerent and we're going to have an argument. You're going to go. So I'm going to win because now one of y'all pay anything toward this house. So, hey, iguana, long as you step. Now, if the iguana was in my house, you would get out. I'm not living. An iguana is not my roommate. Outside, have at it. Up on the wall, see the iguana. I never had a problem with the iguanas. Them ants, I had to put them in their proper place. And them cucarachas, no, you got to go. I have zero tolerance for the flying roaches. Zero tolerance. Now you can fly all around out in the jungle. You cannot be in KAISI's home. That's just how it works. All right, family. Love you. Love you. Love you. Peace, KAISI out. See you tomorrow. Peace, peace, peace. You are loved.